Yo, what is poppin' YouTube? It is your boy B here, bringing you guys another video. Today we are going to be talking about the Division 2 and if the game was actually worth it, what the game needs to improve on, how was the game, did I like the game, the builds and everything about the game, the story so far that we were given, the end game, everything, the specialists. I'm gonna be discussing that with you guys in this video today. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. And before the video starts, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more videos, and definitely hit that notification to get all my videos and live streams. I do live stream basically almost every day. Maybe I'll take a day or two off throughout the week, but for the most part I'm streaming every day. So make sure you guys hit that notification bell to see when I'm streaming and to get all those videos and everything else. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the Division 2. Well, where to start with this game? I want to start with the builds. So the build system is way different from Division 1. As all you guys know, in Division 1 we had gear sets, like Predator's Mark, Nomad, we had D3, we had Lone Star Striker, all those, Firecrest, those type of builds where they would give you specific boosts when you would put together a certain amount of pieces. So for example, I believe it was 5-piece Nomad, you would get overheal. 4-piece Nomad, your healing would increase, or you would basically get healed over time, so back to full health. So in Predator's Mark, 5-piece, 6-piece, you get that bleed and shrapnel. In this game, it's not really like that for the most part. For what the builds we were given in right now, I'm not sure if there's going to be a build like a bleed like Predator's Mark, or if there's going to be a build that's going to give you armor like Nomad. We don't know yet until the full game releases. For now, we do have builds such as builds like Sokolov, which give you like 8% or 10% SMG damage, as well as some critical hit damage, stuff like that. The talents, like kind of on the builds from Division 1, are on guns this year. So it's kind of like, say there was a MP5 that Justamian had got, I believe we made a video on it, where if every 3% of your ammo magazine that was missing, you would get an extra 10% damage increase. So that was actually a pretty OP talent. So there's talents like that are on weapons, not really on gear sets. So it's more of weapon talents this year, which is actually I kind of like that. I like how the game isn't going to be really centered around your armor builds. It's going to be more centered around the weapon builds or the weapon talent type thing. It's still centered around your build, because there's certain builds, like I said, that are going to give you that SMG damage, sorry, like the Sokolov build, or they're going to give you that critical hit damage or that AR damage, like the Wyvern, or some of the marksman rifle builds. There's all type of builds for your weapon you're going to be using. So that talent on your weapon plus the build you're going to be putting together is going to kind of factoring in how your build's going to work out and how everything's going to be going for you. My favorite build I put together was I believe I was using a 3-piece Providence, 1-piece Douglas and Harding, and a 2-piece Sokolov, because I was running an SMG assault rifle build. So you could, the way gear sets work, because it's now a 3-piece set for the gear sets to get those attributes. So you can put together 2 pieces to where you're doing an SMG build, and you could have something for your SMG, like I said, the Sokolov is an SMG build, or you could have something for your assault rifle like the Wyvern or whatever, or you could even just go all crit damage or whatever, kind of like with Providence and stuff like that. So it just all depends on what you want and what you kind of want to do in terms of a build. And then Division 2, everything actually works very well. LMGs are really overpowered, shotguns really overpowered. We didn't really see a shotgun build made for the Division 2 as far as I know in terms of videos. I've only ever known example to have only 1 piece for a shotgun build, because it was kind of hard to find that in the beta, which I think for a reason, because shotguns, like I said, are a little bit overpowered. They are very strong. If somebody has a double barrel, they will 2-shot you with that double barrel. It's happened to me multiple times. So shotguns are really overpowered, which in my opinion they should be, because it's a shotgun. In real life, if you go up against somebody with a shotgun, you get shot once, you're dead, let alone 2 times. So I like how the shotguns are. I like how all the guns are in the Division 2. Nothing's really broken, and in my opinion, nothing's really overpowered. There's a counter for everything. You just got to find that counter rather than complain about it. So moving on from the builds, moving on to a little bit of the campaign and the story we got. I really did like the campaign and the story. It was very fun, it was awesome. Not really much to speak about there, other than it's a good story. We haven't gotten the full story yet because the full game's not out. We all know the background of the story though from Division 1, so the whole little situation with all the hazardous material from the dollar bills, whatever, right? Now moving on to the Dark Zone. Dark Zone does need a little bit of improvement in my opinion. Problem with the Dark Zone, right, is that there's not enough players in my opinion. I believe it's only 12 players to a server. And then the problem also with the Dark Zone is the NPCs. So if you are getting in a fight with, you know, players, what's going to happen is an enemy patrol may come up either behind you, or, you know, hopefully it's the enemy team that's shooting at you, and, you know, NPCs will either kill off the enemy team or do enough damage to that enemy team to where you can finish them off, or NPCs are going to end up killing you. I was playing the other day and I almost had a solo manhunt, and, you know, I was just wrecking everybody. I'd had like 2-3 people coming at me at once, and I was just destroying everybody, and then all of a sudden I have a patrol walk up behind me and I'm dead because, you know, I didn't see the patrol in time because I'm focused on another player, and that patrol just ended up killing me and doing a lot of damage, and I just ultimately died. I didn't get my solo manhunt, which was a little bit unfortunate, but you know, that's kind of how the game is with the NPCs this year. The NPCs are stupidly strong. You can't just run up on NPCs and melt through them. You actually got to play smart against NPCs, because NPCs will either flank you or they'll just flat out destroy you, which, you know, it sucks, but, you know, it makes sense. You know, that way, you know, people just can't run around, and, you know, you got to play strategic, you got to play smart now, which, you know, it's kind of, you know, if you aren't, you know, really into that. But, you know, for me, I adapt, and, you know, I find a way to, you know, to beat the NPCs and beat the players. So, you know, for me, it's not that big of a deal, but for others, maybe that, you know, be a big deal. You know, grinding on this game for gear is, you know, really nice. You know, the way kind of you had to grind through the beta, because, you know, we didn't really get a lot from the campaign in terms of gear, where you just have to run around through the dark zone and, you know, kind of clear out landmarks, you know, kind of open the dark zone caches and, you know, chests and all that, and, you know, kind of do it that way and, you know, get your gear. That's how I'm really going to be running through the dark zone until I'm level 30 to get gear. So that's how I'm gonna be doing it. But you know, everybody will be doing it differently. What's next? The PvP, going rogue. The only thing I don't like about that is when you die rogue, you can't hit your rogue timer for like 2 minutes, which kind of sucks. So, you know, you can't just come right out the checkpoint again and go rogue. You either gotta wait for the other team to flag up, or you gotta wait until your timer goes out. I don't think it should be like that. I should just be able to flag up rogue, kind of like D1. As soon as I come out the checkpoint, I shouldn't have to wait, you know. But, you know, I'm not really sure why they did that. Probably because a lot of people in D1 were complaining and crying about people just going rogue right after they got out the checkpoint. But, you know, it's whatever. One other thing I don't like is the fact that you have to wait like 2 minutes, a minute for, you know, manhunt. If you're manhunt and you die, you gotta wait like a minute to respawn. Truth be told, it should just be a flat out 30 seconds if you're rogue or manhunt just to respawn. It shouldn't take a minute, 2 minutes, you know, but, you know, it's whatever. Like I said, people from D1 were complaining and crying, so, you know, it's whatever, right? Now moving on. Like I said, actually, I think I pretty much covered everything. What did I cover? I covered the story, the builds, covered the DZ, PvP, and all that. There's nothing really else to cover in this game for now, because it was beta. There wasn't too much. Oh, so the skills, right? So the skills, what we're gonna let me talk about the skills real quick before I get off this video. So I do like the skills that we were given. To me personally, the chem launcher was kind of useless, other than the healing for the I forgot what the exact name of it is, but chem launcher, you know, you could heal yourself with it. That's probably the only useful part about the chem launcher when the full game releases. But, you know, everybody was really running the seeker mine or the turret and, you know, the healing drone. Nobody's really running anything else other than those, because of, you know, the private beta, there's no pulse, you know, there's no hive, there's nothing like that. So, you know, we don't get any of that yet. We don't get to see what all that is like. But when the full game comes out, we will get to see what all that is like. But, you know, for the most part, those skills were nice. Seeker, it does a lot of damage. You know, the healing drone is sort of useful. It doesn't heal you super fast. It takes a little while, but, you know, it does give you that little extra healing and helps you out a little bit, which, you know, is good. So, you know, we'll have to see what all the, you know, skills in the full game. We'll have to see what everything is like. So, you know, until the full game comes out, we won't really be able to see, you know, everything that, you know, we're gonna really like and dislike in a sense, in terms of builds and, you know, skills. So we'll just have to wait for that. Anyway, guys, I hope I covered everything here for you guys. Personally, in my opinion, do I think the game's worth it? I think the game is worth a buy. You know, if you aren't a grinder, which this game is going to require, I wouldn't necessarily, you know, buy like a ultimate or gold edition. I just buy the standard edition. But if you're somebody who's going to be willing to grind this game, because if you do try to come into the dark zone against a player like myself, a player like Jasamian, a player like Example, a player like Cray, you know, you're going to get melted if, you know, you come in, you know, like a month or two of not playing the game, and, you know, you try and run into the dark zone and you run into one of us or a player like us. Like I said, you're gonna get melted, because, you know, even though the stats are normalized, it's just the fact that your gear and guns aren't gonna be up to par with ours, and, you know, your aim is probably gonna be a little bit off because you haven't played for a month or two, whatever. So, you know, you're not gonna be able to, you know, keep up with us in a sense, or keep up with other players in a sense, if you aren't constantly grinding this game. So that's a really only downside if you're a casual player. So, you know, but in my opinion, I think the game is worth the buy. The game is gonna be really good. I like the game. It's way better than the Division 1 in my opinion. You guys may disagree with that. I know a lot of people who say that, you know, they don't like how D2 plays, but you know, they're whatever, right? They're gonna miss out on this game, and then they're gonna want to come play it when all their friends are playing it. But anyway, make sure you guys drop a like, hit that subscribe button. This has been Nolan with your boy B, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is this game worth the buy to you, or is it not? I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.